Before you watch the video, we kindly ask that you hit the like button. It costs you nothing, helps us a lot. On to the show. Super Duty Tough Work 2023. What can we say, folks?
2023.
Come on, man. Money spree. You know? What can we say? We made it another year. Happy New Year to everybody who's been rocking with us, waiting on the new adventures of Super Duty Tough Work to debut in 2023. You know, for your daily commute, for your ride home, for your lab when you creating some fly shit. You just need some creative shit on in the background.
Right.
We have many purposes. We provide value in various different ways. And it's a new year. Every year we do this, I'd be like, damn, we made it another year, bruh.
Yeah, man. You know, I just had my birthday over the week.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Jawar Glass, a.k.a. Illogic.
Yeah.
Grown man business.
43 years.
Grown, man. We getting old, man. We getting old. I remember the first time seeing you rap, you was like 15. I was like, he's dope. This 15-year-old winning battles against adults and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, man.
It's crazy, man. Now you all grown and shit. Your kids is older than you were back then.
Yeah. Got grandkids.
Damn. Grown man business we got going on over here, folks. Happy birthday to Illogic. You know, I hope y'all have picked up his newest project, The Transition. You know, it's out. I'm working on a music video for it as we speak.
Yeah. Exciting.
You know, me and my man been off in the cut shooting things.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting back to our creative ways. And usually we don't do an episode. We know the intros be long than a mug, so I'm gonna try to cut this before it get out of control.
Yeah, die back a little bit.
Yeah,
we ain't really talked in a minute.
I know.
We could go.
So I'm gonna try to keep this intro under control. For everybody at home, for all the new listeners. This week we got a topic that's something that just popped into my head while I was busting my ass at work a couple days ago. And I was thinking to myself, why am I working so hard when some people don't work hard? And at work, it's like you always got various levels of employee.
Mm-hmm.
Some employees are like the above and beyond employees. They come in early, stay late. When they on call, they be the first ones to hit back. They just super employees.
Yeah.
Then you got the people who do the bare minimum. Show up, but not on time. Leave a little early every day.
Mm-hmm.
Stretch that lunch break out as long as they can.
Right.
Their goal is to do as little as possible. I'm somewhere in between.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not the best employee, and I'm definitely not with the lazy people who do that, because I want to get my money right.
Right.
And I only have one speed. But I was thinking about this the other day, and the question came in my head. Why are some people not ambitious? Why? Why aren't these guys more ambitious? And I was like, at a surface level, you just be like, because they lazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I started thinking about it, and I came up with mad reasons why people might not be as ambitious as we think they should. And I'm not saying that all this shit is applicable to everybody out there, to you, whoever you may be listening to this. But we want to talk about this because you may find yourself subconsciously saying some of these things to yourself when it's time to get busy. You'd be like, oh.
Is it worth it?
I
Do I want that headache? Oh.
I mean, it looks cool. Like, I don't know if that's me, though. And so on this episode, we're going to talk about why people aren't more ambitious. And yeah, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Where?
We got you stuck off the realness, the most infamous, you heard of us. Official podcast murderers, the show comes equipped with viewpoints to share. Grown man ideas for all those who care and wanna grow, so go ahead and download. Every single week with a brand new episode. You're not alone in this world, cousin, so we share information and honest discussion and keep repping the culture like we supposed to. They spread gossip, but they never come close to. I can hear it inside their tone. They talk about the industry but never left their home. You get laced up with bullet points and such, plus empowering topics that they never would touch. You can put your whole network against the team, but Super Duty Tough Work's the MVP. Most valuable podcast on MP3. Priceless info, but all of it's free. So take these words home and think them through. Super Duty Tough Work is coming at you. You are now listening to Super Duty Tough Work with your host, Blueprint. Raw and uncut. Adult conversations. No shucking, no jiving, and no bullshit.
All right, folks. Super Duty Tough Work. Blueprint, Illogic. We back this week. We're talking about why people aren't more ambitious. And it's kind of started because I made it, you know, me and you got this running joke about jobs. And every time you get a new job, I'd be like, man, you know, the problem with them jobs is they too much work.
Yeah.
which is a quote from, it's a movie quote from the movie Mo Money with Damon Wayans and the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
It's an older movie, but in the movie, the dude, his homie keeps getting jobs. He's like, man, what I tell you about them jobs, man? Too much work. You know, and so I had a thought last week, like, man, the problem with jobs is that, you know, they always want you to do something, man. They always ask you to do some work or some shit. Like, damn, I'm not here for that.
Right. Just pay me.
Can I get paid? Like, I'm here. Don't be trying to make me do things.
Mm-hmm.
And so this week we're gonna talk about why people ain't ambitious, man. And the first reason people are not more ambitious is because being ambitious creates more work. I hate to admit this one because it's not necessarily true when you're self-employed.
Right.
Like, I never felt this as a self-employed person because it's like, oh, the more I work, the more I create, the more money I make, and I get things done and I can chill and relax.
Right.
Don't work like that in the workforce.
Nah, you get ambitious. They got more shit for you to do.
Right. They be like,
oh,
we got one.
Yep.
Oh, you coming in early, huh?
Uh-huh.
It's a little bit more on your plate.
I'm going through that now, man, with my job. Like I've only been there a year, but you know, like I'm moving pretty fast, and I'm starting to get a lot more responsibility than I really want.
They would look at their jobs. They're like, oh, hey, this guy. Hey, good to see that you want to do more. You know. Yeah. Same thing. I went through this last year, cause like, what made me see it in trucking is like, so like we got these hours of service, right? So say you get a route that takes you like, say it's a route that takes the average person 10 hours to run. Let's just say me knowing it takes 10 hours to run, I'm like, you know what? I can do the drive there tonight. So I'm gonna just go there tonight. It's 3 hours away. I'm going to drive 3 hours there tonight. And I'm going to just spend the night there so I can wake up late and I can already be there and I got to rush. And then I can get home early tomorrow.
Right.
Because I started early today. That's what was in my mind. But that's not how it works in the real world.
Not at all.
In the real world, your manager sees that you way ahead of schedule. And he thinks, oh, he's about to come back here with 3 or 4 extra hours on his clock because he left early. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign him something to take advantage of those 3-4 hours he got.
Yep.
So now the man can't go home. You see what I'm saying? And I be thinking like, yo, man, I'm just giving myself more work doing this. I'm doing this for me, not for y'all.
Right.
It's on my ambition to try to get done early and get ahead. It's like they see it. It's like, yo, they got systems for all of this, man.
Yes. They definitely do.
You be thinking you beating the system. You not beating the system, man.
Nah, they waiting for you. It's like they like snipers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Laying in the cut.
Laying in the cut, waiting for you to have time.
Sitting on top of the building with the laser scope, wait for you to come up off that assignment a little early.
Mm-hmm.
They can pop you with another assignment, keep you busy. And I say this, I'm like, this is why people don't go harder.
Mm-hmm.
This gotta be it.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense otherwise.
Especially when you're working for somebody else. Like, you working for somebody else, you go super hard.
Yeah.
They see that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you really want to work. Let's give you more work.
Right.
Oh, you got that assignment done early. Let's give you this more difficult assignment next time.
Bruh, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. To all the lazy people, if you've ever called yourself lazy and you listen to this episode, you might not be lazy, bruh.
You might be smart. You might be the smartest person in the room.
Straight up. You know it. You seen it coming. I gotta give you your props. You might be smart than the motherfucker. Sit back there like, it's a trap.
Not me. Yep. I'm just gonna do just enough.
Just enough.
Yep. I'm just gonna do my job. Do my job and go home. That's it.
That's it, man. Man. So yeah, it creates more work. That's the number one reason why people are not more ambitious, man. Let's talk about number two. Because this goes along with number one. The number two reason people are not more ambitious is because it creates higher expectations.
Yeah.
See, because of the way I've been driving all year, now people expect me to drive that way whenever they assign something to me. It's like, well, we know that you like to leave on Sunday. So now we expect you to drive every Sunday. You know, we know that you like to leave early and get it done early. So we just made sure that you got something. We're going to take advantage of this. We expect that from you.
Yeah.
We know how you like to run. I'm like, yo, I can't take my foot off the gas now.
Right.
I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I'm stuck, man. Like, yo, now they got expectations. Like, and I was just like, yo, man, because I think I mentioned I was about to try to switch jobs, at the top of the year. And bruh, I seriously have been just like, Al, when you go there, do not do nothing ambitious.
Do not do no extra work.
Don't do it.
Leave when everybody else leaves.
Yeah, leave when they leave. Leave early, come late. Just be in the pocket. Don't volunteer for shit. When they ask you if you want to do something extra, just say no the first 10 times.
Yeah. Then
start saying yes every now and again. Because if you come out like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Oh, such and such called off. Can you take their thing? Yeah, there's no problem. Next thing you know, it's like they expect that.
Yeah.
I'm being
You're the first one they call.
That's me right now, man.
Yeah, you ain't even volunteering no more. They calling you now.
Nah, they know what it is. Like, that's my gunner. Let me call him. He'll knock it out.
Yeah, he'll knock it out.
We got this hot thing. Oh, it's late. Yeah, no one else can get it there in time. No one else runs like we can trust them. Hey, Al, man, look, man. Marty's sick, man. And he just, Jared messed up his truck. But they got this load. We really got to get there, man. You think you can do it? We'll take you off that one, put you on this one, man. Yeah, sure, man. Okay, man. Famous last words. Yeah, I'll do it. I should never say that shit. Just be like, man, actually, nah, I like this joint I'm on. I got stuff I want to do. I'm going home.
Yeah. Yeah, because when you do the job well, and then you create more work and you get that work done, then it's like, oh, he can do this. He can do more.
Yeah.
They expect you to go above and beyond all the time, and you can't slack. Because if you slack, and you're not even slacking, you're slacking to your expectation.
Yeah.
You just come in and do your job. They're like, oh, what's wrong with Al today?
Right. He ain't doing all this extra shit.
Right. He left this morning. Okay.
Right. That would shock him. If I ever leave the day that my stuff is due, they'll be like, oh, wow. Hey, everything okay, man? They probably take me to the side, pull my coat tail. Everything okay, man? We saw that you left today.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't there. You didn't come back with all those extra hours you usually do. Everything okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything okay, man. I got a life. Tired of this. I don't want to live like this no more. So yeah, man, I've definitely raised the expectations, and I'm not doing this at the next job, man. The next job, they not gonna know. Like, look, my manager, they gonna call my manager. He's like, yo, man, Al's my best driver, man. He go above and beyond. He do. Then they gonna get me working there. I'm gonna be the opposite. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, I thought you told me Al was a hard worker. He do the minimum every day.
Right. Do the job well enough so I can't fire it.
Exactly. Just enough.
Just good enough.
Just enough. Like, I can't fire him. I mean, he does the job. I mean, just nothing extra. That's it. Mm-hmm. It's not who I thought he was based on your recommendation,
Right.
But yeah, that's number 2. Higher expectations is why people don't, do more stuff. Why they're not more ambitious, man. Again, if you at home and you listen to this, some of these is going to hit home. You may have never thought about this whole thing together. But I recently, having thought about this, it's got some merit. And I got to say, it's hitting home.
Fuck your ambition.
Right. It's hitting home right now. I'm like, yo, I see why they don't do it,
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 3 thing that happens. And this is a big one. Why people are not ambitious is because you will be taken for granted.
Yeah, take advantage of you.
Come on, man. Think about all the artists that have multiple classic albums out.
Mm-hmm.
Spent years making them, spent entire budgets, and they get done with the record, and 2 weeks after the record out, they be all right, when your next one coming out?
Yeah.
Totally not celebrating the fact that they did some amazing shit. Taking it for granted and moving on. Like, oh yeah, that's cool. What do you mean it's cool? It's a fucking masterpiece. This is Voodoo by D'Angelo. What you mean when he dropping again? He never got to drop again, man.
Right.
He can ride off into the sunset. And I'm cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
He's cool with that. But then you see, like, people take you for granted when you raise the bar so high.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's somebody sitting at home who's like, they know they got some amazing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sitting there thinking to themselves, man, look, if I start putting this out, I might have to do this forever. People ain't going to be able to appreciate this shit. Right. And they're talking themselves out of doing it simply because they know that people going to take them for granted. It's human nature.
Yeah. It's like hard, man. It's hard. It's hard to live when you know that eventually that's the outcome.
Yeah.
Eventually it's the outcome. I mean, I don't care how much you like an artist. Eventually, you get tired of hearing a Michael Jackson song. Eventually. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's just Thriller.
Yeah, like eventually it's like, oh, okay, Beat It is on again.
Yeah.
I like the video. I'll catch it next time. Like, yeah, you don't appreciate it after a while, especially when it's done so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think some people, I mean, it goes even down to just like you have moments in time and history and your scene. Like, there was a time we came up in a scene where the scene was so active. The local hip hop scenes we were in were so active. You had big weekly events. We had, Scribble Jam and Expo and Bernie's and all these things and Elbows and Day. And we had all these things. And then sometimes, people don't come to the weeklies, they be like, they'll miss 4 months.
Right.
You know what I mean? And be like, oh, let me go back in and be like, oh, what happened? It's not cracking like it was because y'all took it for granted.
Right. Oh, I'll go in a couple months.
Yeah, I'll see him.
It'll still be there.
Yeah. It's like, sometimes doing something really great, there's always going to be a large portion of people, and I don't like it, but who take it for granted simply because you have created a standard that people have not seen before.
Right.
I remember even when we were throwing shows, like, think about when we were doing shows the way it was like, yeah, man, there were artists who were just like, man, I only got 300 people out for my release party. Man, I'm disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
I only got 450 people out. Man, I should have done, I did 550 at my last one. Man, I don't want to do shows no more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, you're a local artist and you did 450 people out.
Yeah.
Am I hearing this right? And that's why you don't want to do no more shows?
Yeah. Talk about taking things for granted.
Only 450.
Because that shit ain't going to last, bro.
No. They can't get 450 out right now.
Nope.
Shit. It's crazy. But you raise the bar so much that it becomes normal.
Mm-hmm.
200 is seen as a failure.
Mm-hmm.
When you think that 400 is like the minimum, I don't know, 200 people out. Meanwhile, there's another person out there who's doing, 100 looking at your 450 like, I can't believe you complaining about that.
Right.
Bro, you almost sold the place out.
Struggling to do 100.
Right, struggling to do 100. Like, yo, man, it's not cool. But like, the more ambitious you are, the more you can be taken for granted, man. I don't like it. But I get why the cynics feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, the more you do, there's going to be a large percentage of people who appreciate it and see how hard you're going. So I don't want people who are ambitious to listen to this and think we saying don't go hard. It's just This episode is sympathy.
Right. For those who don't go hard.
Exactly.
We understand.
We get
sometimes.
you now. We get you.
We get you.
So that's number 3. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. This is your weekly reminder that we have 2 books that you, as a listener or watcher of this podcast, need to absolutely own. The first is The 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop Artists, and the second is The Social Media Cheat Code. Both of these books were released within the last year. The 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop Artists is a book where I go through the stories and explain the traits that are behind the success of some of the biggest names in hip hop today. The book has got nothing but amazing feedback. And if you are an artist, business person, whatever you do, if you would like to be inspired and would like to learn more about hip hop along the way and also see some reinforcement of the concepts that we talk about on this podcast, The 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop is for you. Second book is The Social Media Cheat Code. That is for everyone who listens to this podcast who does not consider themselves an expert or really good at social media. It's not for super experienced people. It's actually for people who are on social media but are not getting the results you need. So what we did is I broke down like 12 or 13 strategies that I use all the time that actually work really well for me. I put it into book. I gave you examples and I tell you how to implement it. That's a book you absolutely need as a listener to this podcast, watcher of this podcast. If you're on YouTube, supporting these books actually goes a long way towards supporting the podcast. So to support the show, if you like what we do, obviously we don't necessarily get paid to do this shit. So support the products and services that we create. And these 2 books are a big part of that. We appreciate your support, and back to the show. Let's get back to the show. Okay. All right, folks, we back. We're doing tough work. This week we talking about why people are more ambitious, man. And this episode is starting out to be funnier than I thought it was going to be when I came up with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. But yeah, number 4 reason people are not more ambitious is because it alienates coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh. There are people, and I've seen this on my job. I've been driving just one year. And there's guys on the count who be looking at me and this other cat, and they be calling us brown. They be saying we brown nosers or we are dispatchers' pets. Well, John got his pets, guys he gives all the best routes to. And, and they be hating. Hating. And it's like, what they don't know is the only reason he gives us this shit is because he knows we won't say no.
Mm-hmm.
We'll literally run everything.
And y'all dependable and y'all get it done.
Yeah, that's the reason why. So why wouldn't he give us some good looks?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, yo, out of all the drivers, you probably got I'd say 10 to 20% max.
Mm-hmm.
Guys who go super hard. So a guy's gonna have his list because if he knows we can trust us, he's gonna give us more shit because it makes him look good.
Right.
But you got people on the account who they not feeling that shit. They know they be mad. for nothing. They come into his office, they be looking at the trips like, who's this? Who's running this one? They don't be wanting to run the shit they got. I didn't get that one.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'd be like, whatever. I don't care. But yeah, you can alienate your coworkers by going hard.
Mm-hmm.
This is a social aspect of it that most people don't think about until they start being excellent at something.
Yeah. Yeah. When you start outshining people, it hits them a little different, especially if they're ambitious as well.
Yes.
And their shit ain't working out.
Yeah. It's like some Highlander, there can only be one type shit.
Right.
Like, we can't have two ambitious people in this office right now. I don't like that. It's like your man with the banana and the belly saying, he's like, I don't like that. Some drugs around. I don't like that one bit. So they be looking at you when you be over there winning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that one bit. And some people, it's work, but you do want to have friends.
Right.
You do want to have good social connections, and everybody wants to be liked. And I think some people definitely feel like they have to dim their light a little bit when it comes to speaking on their successes.
Mm-hmm.
It comes to like and even their ambitions, even if they ain't even achieved it yet.
Right.
Speaking on
putting in the work.
Well, you putting in the work and you speaking on it out loud. Like, I'm going to be that. I'm going to do this. This is where I see myself. I can do this. No problem if I put my mind and my heart to it. There's going to be people who that just alienates off top.
Yeah.
Because maybe what you're doing doesn't come naturally to them.
Right.
There's a talent aspect. Some people grasp certain things faster than others. And that alone can make some people resent you,
Yeah. Start looking at you a little different.
Yeah.
Especially when you get recognition for what you're doing. It stings a little bit, especially with people, like I said, that are also ambitious and make some moves.
Yeah.
Especially, like a lot of people hate a reluctant leader. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even want it. You don't even want it, and they give it to you. Like that pisses people off.
Yeah.
That pisses people off.
Yeah, it's very true. And meanwhile, they've wanted it their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
And no one gave it to them. They haven't been chosen.
Right.
That can really burn somebody. They've been politicking,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, rubbing elbows, kissing babies, shaking hands to get something, and no one sees that in them.
Yeah, but just you being ambitious, you get offered what they trying to get.
Right. Right. Hey, you want to do this? You'd be like, no.
Yeah. Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, maybe I will,
Easiest way to get hated on your job.
Right.
Easiest way, But yeah, that's number 4 reason why people are not more ambitious. Number 5 reason people are not more ambitious is less responsibility. When you ain't ambitious, man, you ain't never got to worry about being overworked.
Right. Ain't nobody calling you for extra shifts. Nothing.
No, your phone don't ring, G. Your phone ain't ringing. You're not that guy. You've made sure you're not that guy. And in a lot of ways, that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Some people want to be able to do something, and when they put it down, it stays down.
Yeah.
So they pick it up again.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But then there's another part of this thing. The ambitious people, you pick it up and you never quite put it down. Like, when I was working for myself 20 years prior to getting this job, bro, I don't know what it's like to be off.
Right.
My house is my office.
Mm-hmm. You on vacation writing rhymes.
Right. Like, why would I need an off day? Off day? Vacation for what? I like this job.
Mm-hmm.
But what you end up doing is you end up working 14, 15, 16-hour days.
Right.
Staying up till 5 a.m. all the time. No separation between your job and your personal life. And this is even worse when you work from home. So I get why people don't want to go that route, because they kind of know. Maybe they've already played it out and thought, if I go down that path, the responsibility that comes along with that is more than I'm willing to take on at this point. And sometimes not having certain responsibilities allows you to move with a lot more freedom.
Yeah. And it just feels better sometimes. If that's what you want, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it just feels so much better to not get that phone call. You know what I'm saying? To not get that email, to not get that text about this extra thing that's going on that you would be perfect for.
Yes.
You know, sometimes it's great to.
Yeah. So, and I don't blame them, you know. I get it. But the only thing is, like, on the flip side of that is that obviously more responsibility typically leads to more money.
Right.
You know, like if you look at most people who earn more money, they typically have more responsibility. Employees to managers, supervisor. Who's got the most responsibility? The owner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the buck stops them. They don't got nobody they can pass to above them, but they make the most money.
Right.
So that's the only downside of it. But everybody ain't defined by their job.
Right.
And so for some people, not having that responsibility is perfect. You know, that's number 5 reason people are not more ambitious. Reason number 6, people are not more ambitious. And this is one that is very subconscious for most, but we're going to say it here, is that there is no fear of public failure. See, the path we have been on as artists is a path. It's a sexy path. It's got, you know, all the glamour and glitz, but there's a lot of things that can drive the average person insane, that are tough, like failing in public, having every word you say criticized, misspeaking, handling something wrong. Maybe you get caught on video doing something bad. Maybe you just say something wrong. Maybe you write something and people take it and juxtapose it. You never know what it could be. We see celebrities fail in public every day.
Right.
I don't think the average person is built for that.
Oh, no.
You know?
People that's in it, a lot of them ain't even built for it.
Nah.
That's why cats run to drugs, alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Because they not built for it either.
Yeah, it's true. Like, I just theory that I don't think that humans, you know, you think about the evolution of humans and like how we have these social groups, right? And, you know, your social group for hundreds of years has been like your family first, then your community. And your community basically was, you know, the radius of where you lived, maybe your high school, your schools, your church, your social activities, and a small little radius. And everybody was happier then, right? Now we live in a society where your social circle has expanded. There's no limit.
Yeah, the world. The world can be your social circle.
Right? And so in coming with that is the fact that because you are connected to so many more people, you have to care about what so many more people think. You have to be so mindful about carrying yourself because you got so many more people watching.
Right.
When you failed at school back in the day, only your teachers would know. You know what I mean? They tell your parents. That's it. You get in a fight back in the day, you lose a fight. That's between you and whoever was there.
Right.
Now a kid loses a fight, somebody's putting on their phone. It's being put on the internet. Everybody in the class got it. It's like, it's inescapable.
Yeah, and the whole town know. You got your ass whipped.
Right. People who had never seen you in your life know. Beyond your town. People in Japan know. People in Australia know. I don't know who this kid is. He got mollywop. They don't know. They just like, you took a L, player.
It's a whole different world, yo.
Yeah, you get on the internet, you got to see all of this. You know what I mean? And the same dynamic applies to public figures. You fail in public now. And I'm not mad at anybody who says, I don't want to be like that.
Right.
I don't got a problem with failing. I got a problem with this social construct that makes everybody's failures blasted out to strangers and people who don't know and can just make fun of them.
Yeah, because even in a job, you get to a certain level, the company knows when you fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you handling finances for a company and y'all have to go bankrupt, everybody know you fucked up.
Oh, yeah. We know. We know.
We know.
It's going to be on the press releases.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. And some people ain't built for that. And I think some people, since like being ambitious typically means you are in the forefront of something, the failure that comes along with that is also broadcast, to everybody. And I think that turns some people off, man. Before they even get started, they're like, they might be super ambitious, but when they see people who are just trying, getting, publicly, scrutinized to that degree, they just be like, man, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want the attention that comes with ambition. Ambition shines a light on you. You know what I'm saying? For everybody to see, even people that you might not be, wanting to see it.
Yeah.
Shines a light.
Yeah, it's deep. So yeah, that's number 6. We will take a break and we will be right back. Quick announcement. Over the last several years, we've been asked many times by the listeners of the show if we would ever open it up to the public for advertising. We've always been interested in this, but we never had the systems in place to make it work properly. I'm proud to announce that we are officially accepting advertising from the public on Super Duty Tough Work. Meaning, if you're a small business owner or an artist and you'd like to create more awareness about your product, service, or release on the Super Duty Tough Work podcast, we're now in a position to do that. For more information, email us at superdutytoughwork@weightless.net. Again, that's superdutytoughwork@weightless.net. Email us there. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you would like to promote, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible to let you know if we think it's a good fit and what the next steps are. Thank you for your time. Back to the show. All right, folks. Super Duty Tough Work, Blueprint, Illogic. This week we are talking about why people ain't more ambitious, the real truth about ambition, the facts that nobody want to tell you. We're going to tell you here. And number 7 reason people are not more ambitious is because there can be resentment when you win. Something about being public and winning. I'm always amazed on social media by how many people don't like people for no reason.
Yeah.
Other than they're in public and they're winning.
Yep. And you're not. They're winning
part.
and they're winning and you're not. I mean, it's the same thing, just like, when a team wins the Super Bowl, that next year, every team that play that team, they coming for your head. They could be the worst. Yeah. They could be the worst team in the league, but they gonna get up for that game.
Yeah, you getting your best. You getting their best.
Yeah,
it's true. Like, I think I told this story on here before, but like one of the wildest stories I used to have about when I used to go pass out flyers. We used to do a lot of shows. Was like we got to this point where we were just blowing everything out, and I remember putting this poster up in this spot. This restaurant here, I used to put all my posters up there, and it was like, everybody was cordial, it was like, you'd wait for somebody's event to come down, to be over. And I go, okay, their event was Saturday, today's Sunday. Okay, I'm going to take their poster down and put mine right here.
Right.
And there was no problems. One day I'm promoting some event. I put something somewhere and then I'm like, let me go back up there and put some flyers in there.
Somebody covered you up.
Took me up out of there. My joint wasn't even on the wall. They didn't even cover me up. They ripped me down.
Damn.
And put their joint in the exact same spot a day later.
Crazy.
So I know it's them. The restaurant. So I'm looking at the flyer. I'm like, I know this guy. Why would he do this? I be seeing him all the time at the spot. So I went and talked to him. Next time I said, yo, man, Zach, Zach, man. I was up at the blah, blah, blah. You took my poster down and you put your joint up right over it, man. I just put that joint up there, man. Why you doing like that, man? We not allowed to have posters up in this city? He was like, oh, man, I'm sorry, man, but y'all gonna sell it out anyway. I was like, how you know that?
Yeah, man.
I said, and if we do sell it out, it's because we put flyers up. Because we put posters up. You can't just take the shit down and be hating on all my shit and then say, oh, they gonna sit. Like, resentment.
Yeah. And getting taken for granted too. Oh, people gonna come anyway.
Yeah.
It's a waitlist show. People coming.
Yeah. I was like, this is a guy who legit know me. I be kicking it with this fool. He still ripped my shit down.
Crazy.
Said, y'all gonna sell it out anyway. Y'all don't need that. Like that. No, we actually do. Don't do that no more. I thought like don't.
How you think we sell it out?
Hello, Z my home. hey, we sell our shows because we actually promote, sir. Like when you start tearing down our shit, we can't sell our shows. People don't know.
Right.
So it's like, but that shit it stops some people from 100%. I mean, I never got more hated than when I felt like I became like after 1988 came out. I never seen that much hate towards me in Columbus.
Right.
Up until then, it was all good. When
all love.
Like guys was taking shots. I was like, people I didn't know was taking shots at me. I was just like, it was just all love. Like 6 months ago, I was universally loved in this motherfucking city. Now,
right
now, I got this chick was a friend of this girl I was dating. She came up and was like, hey, she was like a hairdresser or something. She was cutting somebody's hair and they had a mixtape with a track dissing me. I don't know how my name came. She's like, oh yeah, my girlfriend, my best friend, she dates Blueprint. And they was like, man, fuck Blueprint. I got this mixtape. Had a track on there. Shitting on me. Fuck Blueprint.
Wow.
I still don't know who that person was or is. I was like, I don't know.
It's crazy.
Like, stuff like that was common. I was cool with was taking shots. I was just like, yo, is this what being on top is about? Like, I didn't expect to be on top forever. I was like, yo, everybody got their moment. Cause like other artists in Columbus have been like, we remember what Columbus was like when World Premiere came out.
Right.
And the megahertz was just like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
icons. Like, yo, we remember what it was like.
Right.
But it was like, for me, seeing that kind of turned me off a little bit. Like, yo, I want to be successful, but I don't know about being in a public eye like that if this is what it creates. Right. People who I was friends with is people I don't know, and strangers is all taking shots at me. Like, and it's just for them, it's like on some sports shit. Like what? I ain't never dissed nobody for the sport.
It's hard, man. It's hard being out there being a target. Got a target on your back.
Yeah. And I think it turns off some people. I think it's why you see certain artists when they make it, they move out of Hollywood. You know, they move off the grid.
Yeah.
You know, they pull like a Dave Chappelle and go to Yellow Springs. You know, they move they pull a Lauryn Hill and you used to be like, what happened? They don't drop no more.
It just disappeared.
Yeah. Those people know. They know what happens because it happened to them. You know. So that's number 7. Last joint. Why people are not more ambitious is because they don't want to disappoint people.
So much easier.
So much easier. You know, we touched on it earlier, but like, you know, the more you do, the harder you go, you raise the bar. And there are some people who know that when that bar gets raised, maybe they don't plan on doing this thing as long as everybody else thinks they're going to do it. Maybe they see it as just like, okay, this is something cool for now. I don't want y'all expecting me to be that guy though.
Right.
Forever.
All the time.
I'm not him. I'm me. You know, and that thing can make somebody really get hesitant when it's time to go hard. Like, I don't know if I want to go hard for this because I ain't. But the worst part is like sometimes these things can like talk you out of really trying. Like, sharing your gift. You may have a gift that needs to be shared. Shout out to, you know, my brother Inkwell on this, but you may have a gift that needs to be shared, but you let this stuff talk you out of even doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Because those expectations, that creates the fear of disappointing people. Because you know everybody expects you to be this good on a consistent basis. And what if you're not? You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a bad game.
Yep.
You know, like what if you're not? You know, there's expectation, all this weight on your shoulders. A lot of people ain't built for that and they don't want it.
It's true. And And, and ultimately, like us as guys who have been, I guess successful in our creative endeavors, we've seen a lot of this stuff. So I think we get it. But if you were to ask us, was it worth it? I think we both say, hell yeah.
Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. But also, we happen to be cool dudes too.
That's
what I'm saying? Like
point.
We haven't fucked nobody over. We haven't done any shit that makes all this stuff so heavy on our shoulders that we do regret anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we've seen it definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But because we're in general liked, you know what I mean? That it makes it all the more worth it, when the haters do come and the responsibility comes and the expectation comes. We embrace it.
Yes. Well said. Well said.
It ain't always fun though.
Facts. Facts, man. So that's it this week, folks. This was why people aren't more ambitious. And I'm going to read them back real quick. Number 1, creates more work. Number 2, creates higher expectations. Number 3, you can be taken for granted. Number 4, alienating your coworkers. Number 5, less responsibility. Number 6, fear of public failure. Number 7, resentment when you win. And number 8, you can never disappoint anybody. That's it for this week. We'll see y'all next week, folks.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to Super Duty Tough Work. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Follow the podcast on SoundCloud. Peace.
Shoot, I got styles already that's more complex that nobody know about. I mean, super duty tough work.